My name is Ronald Katlego Maako. I grew up in Krugersdorp, small town in the west. So obviously I went to an Afrikaans school, but like back home, like was like also multicultural. So we had like people that were Tswana, Pedi, Zulu, and all of those. Yeah. So practically, yeah, that's where I grew up. My high school, I went to like an Afrikaans high school, called Bastion. They actually did visual arts and design. But obviously, like how I got into that in primary, I used to just sketch a lot. Like in class, literally, like that's all I did. Sketched. Went to the library, went through like books. I used to check out Obelix and Astro quite a lot, and I used to like literally like scribble on that all the time. And obviously, like when I got to high school, literally we were like the first group of people that actually did graphic design and visual arts. So yeah, I literally just continued with that throughout high school. Like literally, I just remember sketching, and I enjoyed doing that. Like I was super lazy, but like literally when I started drawing, like I would just like get lost into that, you know. And so obviously, like I spent like most of my primary days at libraries, literally going through books. Before I left, I would like scribble something, you know. So like same process throughout high school. Started like fading off in college, but literally I think just like the mere fact that like I could like sketch and like, you know, be on my own and just draw, yeah, that literally like just led me to graphic design. Like after high school, I decided to study graphic design. Obviously that's when I went to CTU, did graphic design for a year. Obviously like in between I was freelancing, decided to do second year, did multimedia and visual arts. So at CTU, I got employed as the graphic and web administrator there. Worked there for 3 years, and then I left and decided to freelance. So I freelanced for probably like about 2 years. So yeah, in between freelancing, like I was subcontracting with an agency called Studio CX in Honeydew. We actually worked on projects like Standard Bank. We did all their e-learning. They were actually just introducing their online app, so we were actually doing like all the training material for their employees. So I was like hired to do like flash animation there. So did flash animation for probably about 6 months. Contract ended, went back to job hunting, and I started working here at SureSwipe. So I started here at SureSwipe. I was referred to by Daniela. So she's also an ex-colleague of mine from CTU. Obviously, like there was a graphic design post open here, and she referred me. Came here, got interviewed, obviously got the job, and I've been here like ever since. I think I started in June 2014. So I've been working here as the graphic and digital designer. So my job as a graphic and digital designer entails the following. I am tasked with like everything brand-wise, you know, like from like your logo, your pull-up banners, like just basically your marketing collateral. But then it also flows into doing things like, you know, like marketing campaigns. So I say like I'll work with the marketing exec, the marketing manager, brand manager, and the marketing assistant. And obviously like depending on like what campaigns we'll be running, where I can just jump into a room, brainstorm the ideas for that campaign, what the outcomes are, and go back. The plan will be created, and I'll be tasked with like executing all the creatives for that job. It's not just like on the graphic design aspect of things, you know, also like on the digital aspects, you know, like your email designs, you know, like website updates, you know, yeah. So like those are probably like the things that I do here. Yeah, I love digital. I'm actually also like right at the moment, I'm actually like learning how to move and start doing like UX and UI. The certification that I obtained at CTU was CIW, and I was Adobe certified expert. So obviously that will include Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and I did Fireworks. The value that it held for me was quite tremendous. You know, thinking of like moving from pencil, pen, paper, and start doing everything like computer based, you know, like that was like quite amazing. And like the mere fact that like you could like start producing things at a rapid rate, quicker speeds, and like it made like life much easier, whereas like you already have like components ready for you to just start putting things together. For me, that was amazing. If I could describe myself in one word, authentic. Yeah, I think I'm an authentic person. I stay true to myself. I think I just love being alive, you know what I mean? Like there's like endless possibilities, you know, so you always wake up to new challenges, and I actually enjoy tackling new things, And again, like, I love what I do, like literally every day I wake up ready to do what I do. The people who inspired me, like, I don't think I had like one person that like pushed me, but I had like quite a lot of people that pushed me, from family, friends, colleagues. So like I think like generally like where I grew up and like where I worked, people generally like had like the best interest at heart for me. I mean, like if I look at like the people that used to encourage me, like mostly like people in my department, mom at home, girlfriend, friends, so like literally like my entire family. The best advice that I've ever received was probably that I should continue loving what I do and just never give up. Advice I'd give someone who wants to do graphic design or looking at it is to really stay curious. I think one most important thing is like consistency is key. Once you start, just like continue doing, never stop, and you only get better with like iterations. So that is like one thing, like advice I'd give someone who's thinking of that. My favorite quote is by Denzel Washington, and he said, "Without commitment, you'll never start. Without consistency, you'll never finish." Where do I see myself in 2 years? I don't think it's title based, but I do see myself just progressing again in my industry. Just like doing a bit more, like working on bigger projects. Just like taking up on like bigger things. I think that's where I see myself in 2 years. For me, like it's been probably like the best 2 years of my life at CTU, and just being there, like you really build a family of friends. Like I'm still keeping in touch with people that like I met like back in 2009 and 10. So like just like make the best of your time there, like really just enjoy it. Who am I? I'm Ronald Katlego Maako, and I'm a CTU success story.